Hello, my Chunsters. My name's the Chun, and it's time to have some fun with Host Pro 2.0, episode 25. Now, I have an omission. Today is going to be a very short episode. I haven't even done my running notes because I don't need them. There's only 3 topics today. Yeah, sorry about that. But today we do have the concept that WWE might actually be ripping off Ring of Honor. We also have the Would You Rathers. I'm just going to go on the Reddit and read out 3 good ones. We're also going to do, since Movie Fights, the episode isn't up, I'm just going to discuss the Suicide Squad trailer because, I don't know, because why not? It's a good trailer. Yeah, so we're going to do that. Thing is, this episode is going to be short. Life is getting in the way of the podcast. I was debating whether or not it'd be worth doing the show at all. But no, we are actually going to be going. We're going to be doing this. Let's do this because I was like, this is the podcast. This happens. So first things I'm going to do is just make sure that that I can see you guys in the stream because let's be honest. I want the stream open. Where is it? My channel. Also, extremely tired today. So, yeah, I mean, the thing in life is that I've got got work in the morning. I've got F1 to watch, and I've got what else? I've got a video to edit, which I'm already playing through to see how long it is. And it's the Royal Rumble. It's the Royal Rumble in the WWE 2K title story. And once again, it's doing this thing where I add the source, paste, add. It tells me the source already exists, but there's no sources listed. That's an odd one, isn't it? So me old fruit. Why? Never mind. It doesn't matter. Such a short episode. Probably not going to have enough time for a comment or 2. So, the concept that WWE is ripping off Ring of Honor. You see, the thing is, the Raw After Battleground happened. I don't know what they call it now. The premiere edition of Raw, I think. You know, the first one after the pay-per-view happened. Seth Rollins is in the ring, declaring himself the winner of the match against Brock Lesnar. Well, no, he didn't declare himself the winner. He said he was still the champion. John Cena came out, did the usual shtick. Oh, that you suck, you lack honor, you know, all that shit. You know, his tired old spiel. Heard it all before, a million times. Didn't enjoy it in any one of those occasions, but we heard it a million times anyway. So yeah, John Cena came out and went and proclaimed that because the man makes the championship, the US Championship means more than the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I was thinking to myself, I was like, hang on a minute, where have I seen this before? Let's think. Where have I seen this before? Wasn't that long ago? No, it wasn't long ago. When was that? When was that? I saw it recently, and it's ringing the bell. Oh yes, Ring of Honor is where I've seen this storyline play out. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, Ring of Honor finished this storyline 2 weeks ago. I am, of course, referring to the storyline, the long-running storyline between Jay Briscoe, the Ring of Honor World Champion, versus Jay Lethal, the Ring of Honor Television Champion. And Jay Lethal has been claiming that that title means more because he has it, and that Jay Briscoe is a mistake. It seems familiar, doesn't it? Oh wait, John Cena. Yes, it's exactly the same thing. Only difference is that the face in the WWE version is the one carrying the mid-card title, where in Ring of Honor it was the heel carrying the mid-card championship. But yeah, it's exactly the same storyline. Not so sure that's a good thing, if I'm honest, because if I really am honest, I just want we basically had Kevin Owens lose and now just completely lose all of his momentum, the Cena effect, so that Cena can do a Ring of Honor rip-off storyline. I was like, that's weak. Even by John Cena standards, that's weak. But what I did find it interesting that this is basically exactly the same storyline that Ring of Honor did. So that is an interesting point. It's exactly the same thing. Which makes me wonder, how often have WWE ripped off Ring of Honor and we just didn't cotton onto it? Because admittedly, I haven't been watching Ring of Honor all that long. Not really. I've only really been watching it since the 13th anniversary show. Because I like that, I started watching more often. I wonder, how many times have WWE just ripped off Ring of Honor and we didn't know about it? I mean, because the thing is, everybody gives TNA a bad press. Always gives them a bad rep and a tough time because they rip off WWE. They're trying to be WWE light. But at the moment, WWE is basically trying to be Ring of Honor light at this point in time. Because I tell you, the Ring of Honor storyline was a hot one. This one with Seth Rollins and John Cena isn't going to be. And why is that? Because it has John Cena. No angle involving John Cena ever seems to get that hot these days. The Kevin Owens one did get hot. Why? Because I think people actually had genuine hope that Kevin Owens might actually come out on top. But it seems to me that, I don't know, I just struck a chord. I was like, hang on, they're copying Ring of Honor, which makes you wonder, should you be watching the WWE or should you actually be watching ROH? Hashtag watch ROH. Trust me, Ring of Honor is good. It's just good. You should watch it because the WWE, look, even the WWE is copying Ring of Honor. That's how good Ring of Honor is. You should be watching it because it's just better. It's more entertaining. And that's the point. It's just more entertaining than WWE is. And I think the fact that WWE is ripping Ring of Honor off in a storyline basically proves it. That actually Ring of Honor is a company to take seriously. So if you want to know what the WWE is going to be doing in 5 months, in say 5 or 3 months' time, just watch Ring of Honor now and you'll find out. First yawn of the podcast. Yeah. I thought that was just quite interesting that they're ripping off Ring of Honor. I was like, of all places to rip off, it seems a bit funny, that does. So Would You Rathers, I said I'd read off the Would You Rather Reddit, and I'm not going to disappoint. So we're going to go to the Would You Rather Reddit right now. We're going to find ourselves some Would You Rathers. Because I do need to get a move on this podcast. Like I say, it's a bit of a miracle the show's happening at all in that respect, in some ways. So where's the Would You Rather Reddit? There you are. Oh. Would you rather be 50 feet tall for 48 hours or 3 feet tall for a month? I don't know. I'd rather be 50 feet tall for 48 hours because, my God, that would be interesting. Wouldn't that be interesting if you were like 50 foot tall? It's like you could see anything for miles. It'd be awesome. Well, I think. I don't know. That would be more interesting, I think. I'm going to say 50 foot tall. I'd rather be 50 foot tall for 48 hours than 3 foot tall for a month. And plus, it's less time period, so that's awesome. I can return to my size quicker. So yeah, that seems like a better trade-off for me. The punishment's worse, but just less time of it is much better. Would you rather have a Godzilla-sized girlfriend or a human-sized Godzilla girlfriend? Okay. Um, that's a weird one. I'm just gonna actually, you know what I'm just going to do? I'm just gonna read through the Reddit, and we're gonna, because I've got time to do it today, just so you can see the type of weird shit that gets posted on here, because it's weird. Some of the stuff that gets posted on this page is weird. Perhaps I should screen share. Let's screen share. Screen share it. Screen share it. Screen share. Screen share. Screen share. There we go. We're going to screen share. I've got a time portal. Okay. So we're here. Would you rather have a Godzilla-sized girlfriend or a human-sized Godzilla girlfriend? Well, I mean, how do you pick between that? I mean, yeah, having at least the Godzilla-sized girlfriend is a real human. I don't know, human-sized Godzilla, because I don't know. You couldn't. There's no point to a Godzilla-sized girlfriend. You couldn't do anything with that. You just get squashed. There's literally no point to that at all. Would you rather have an exceptionally large penis but only come maggots, or have your tongue replaced with your penis but never have to worry about using the bathroom or passing kidney stones? Sorry. Rather have your tongue replaced with your penis but never have to worry about using the bathroom. So the options here are a big penis but coming maggots, or a penis tongue and not having to use the bathroom or passing kidney stones. Now see, that's just. Does that mean I have no penis in my normal place? I don't know. Because that basically means I have two penises. It means I can have sex with two girlfriends at the same time and have two orgasms. Where if I have an exceptionally large penis, yeah, I have an exceptionally large dick, but I have to come maggots. And I don't think a girl's going to enjoy having a vagina filled up with maggots. I don't know. I'm actually going to say penis tongue, because I don't have to go to the bathroom, so that's an inconvenience crossed off the list. Passing kidney stones is painful as shit, so that's a good thing. I can have two orgasms in two places at the same time. That's awesome. I can service two hot girls at the same time. Actually, the penis tongue doesn't sound like a bad idea. The question, it didn't say you can't taste anything for it, so I don't know. Yeah, penis tongue. Yay! We're going penis tongue. Would you rather be pissed off or pissed on? Pissed off, because pissed off isn't unpleasant. Well, it's unpleasant, but at the same time, you get pissed off so regularly, you just get used to it. So, would you rather be omnipotent? Oh shit. Would you rather be omniscient? Oh god, okay, I can say this word. I know I can. Would you rather be an omniscient offline, or be able to correct every mistake online and be smug about it? So omniscient offline, or be. See, that's basically, would you rather be smug and correct in real life or on the internet? Probably on the internet, because I think people on the internet just have a better reaction to it and it'd be funnier. Less likely to get punched in the face. So I'm going to say I'm going to correct every mistake online and be smug about it, because why not? Would you rather give Donald Trump a blowjob or eat 2 handfuls of his hair? See, now this is the kind of shit that usually pops up from the Reddit. It's been quite tame today, but this is the type of thing that usually comes up. I don't know. It doesn't say I'm getting paid for the blowjob. To be honest, I'd rather eat 2 handfuls of his hair. I mean, I'm sorry, but a Donald Trump dick does not sound pleasant. Would you rather have your name changed and be known by your AIM screen name, or by your Reddit username? What, I don't know what the AIM screen name is. Adult. It's probably something to do with adult entertainment. I don't know, my Reddit username, I guess, because my Reddit username is basically Glenn Chun. I just put Glenn Chun for everything. So, in fairness, that doesn't really apply to me. Just because I'd go with my Reddit username because it sounds less dodgy, and my Reddit username is Glenn Chun. So actually, I've changed my name from Glenn Chun to Glenn Chun. So that's kind of defeated the point of that question. Would you rather eat one shoe per day for 7 years, or have a second tired? Would you rather eat one shoe per day for 7 years, or have a second pinky on each hand and foot that is constantly waving around uncontrollably? What? I don't know. I guess it's an edible shoe, so I'd rather eat a shoe. I don't know. That's a weird one. I don't get that one. I don't know. A second pinky waving around uncontrollably. That would really get annoying. Having to eat a shoe per day, less irritating, I guess. More unpleasant, but not irritating. And plus, it's a brief moment of the day for the 7 years. So it's not a constant thing. So actually, I'm going to eat one shoe. Would you rather be really handsome with a small dick, or average looking with a large cock? Girl said size matters, but see, now if you're average looking, that's not so much a bad thing. It doesn't say you're ugly, and average looking people tend to pick up girls quite a lot. And if you have a big old penis, then you can really, really have some fun there. I'm going to say average looking with a large penis, because there's no point being handsome with a small dick, really. You get a lot of girls and unsatisfy none of them. So you basically get a reputation for being dissatisfying. Oh, I'm going to say average looking with a large cock, because then it's like they're pleasantly surprised when they take it all off and they take your clothes off and they're like, whoa, okay. Actually, I might put a few girls off, actually. They might think, wow, that's actually kind of painful. I don't want to get hurt, but never mind. That's what I'm going to do. Would you rather watch your parents have sex every day for the rest of your life, or join in once to make it stop? Oh, this one's always popping up like once a week. Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't want to watch my parents have sex every day. I'm just going to join in to make it stop. I mean, because at least that way I'm getting some pleasure out of it. And there you go. That is the usual weirdness on the Would You Rather Reddit. Oh boy. Oh bloody hell. Would You Rather Reddit is such a weird place. Such an unusual location of the internet. Now, I wonder if the movie fights are up yet. I'm going to see if they've uploaded. Ooh, hello. They have actually got their movie fights up. So let's just take a look and see what topics they got, and see if I can sort of offer my own. Who gave the best performance in Ant-Man? Haven't seen it. Do we want Ant-Man 2? Who should play young Han Solo in the Star Wars spin-off? Which X-Men Apocalypse character looks promising? Worst Adam Sandler? Who should direct the next James Bond? Speed round. Ooh. John Bailey's on this one. Huh. I don't think John Bailey's ever been on it. Anyway, okay, there's not really much I can sink my teeth into there, so I'm just going to talk about the Suicide Squad trailer. See, the thing for me is, in terms of like movies, right? In terms of the movie cinematic universes, Marvel just leapt ahead of DC by simply getting a head start. They started first, and I should probably keep my foot from resting on the desk there. But yeah, it was Marvel that leapt ahead of DC, mainly because they just started first. Like when Marvel was launching Iron Man, I don't even think DC had launched Batman Begins yet. So DC is a long way behind and has got a lot of catching up to do. And in fairness, Man of Steel was all right, but it wasn't great. So their startup for the cinematic universe has not been as strong as Iron Man 1 was. Iron Man 1 was actually genuinely good before the Iron Man solo movies went a bit pear-shaped. But yeah, I think Iron Man 1, that's the thing. So the problem is that DC have to come back against Marvel. Now, one thing that they can do, and perhaps could learn from the Arkham series, is that having one villain that sort of overarches everything, but is sort of like active in everything in the background, unlike Thanos, who is there in everything and manipulates everything, but doesn't really, you don't see him do anything. He just sits in a chair and says things. Like, we want I think I want a villain who has that kind of overarchingness of Thanos, but actually be active. And that seems to be where the Joker is going to come in. Because the thing with the Suicide Squad trailer that intrigued me is going to be how the Joker fits into this whole thing. How is the Joker going to fit into this cinematic universe? And I think the Suicide Squad is going to go a long way to actually setting up potentially a Batman independent movie, or actually setting up a main antagonist plot for the first Justice League movie whenever that comes out. Hopefully they're going to wait until 2018 for that. We need another movie in 2017. We've got Batman vs. Superman in 2016. We've got the Suicide Squad in 2016. We need a movie or two in 2017. And before we go into the Justice League, maybe in 2018, just to develop things a bit. And what I would like to see is Suicide Squad set up the main antagonist for almost the whole thing. And for me, I think it would work if that were the Joker. If basically, no matter what happens, it always comes down to the Joker. Now, let's just say that if you follow the Arkham games, like in Arkham Knight, the main antagonist is Scarecrow with help of the Arkham Knight. But still, Joker's pulling strings because he's inside Batman's head. Even though he's dead, he's still pulling strings. And I want that kind of a villain for the DC universe. And I would say Darkseid would be a good idea, just because he's one of the only people that could actually, even get close to powering up against Superman. But I think the Joker has got an innate charisma about him that I think people would just rather see the Joker be the main villain, to be honest. But I want to see a main villain set up, and we've got a big cast of characters here, mostly Batman villains. In fact, I think the whole thing's Batman villains. But yeah, so I'm hoping to see that from the Suicide Squad, because if you can set that up in the Suicide Squad, that overarching villain, the super villain, for basically the whole DC cinematic universe, then I think that will help catch up significant grounds to Thanos, and have that supervillain be active as well. Unlike Thanos, that would be big. That would be important, because I think that would really get them off to a strong start, and if anything, maybe even a stronger start than the Marvel Cinematic Universe did. The Marvel Cinematic Universe took a bit of time to build itself. I think if DC playing it right could catch up quite a fair bit of ground quite quickly. And definitely setting up a villain, I think, in Suicide Squad would help with that. And I would like to see it be Jared Leto's Joker. And here's the other thing as well. After what happened with Heath Ledger, I'm convinced that Jared Leto is going to give us a good Joker. I'm convinced it's going to be a good Joker to watch. He's going to be compelling. He's going to be entertaining. He's going to be dark. I think, and I have a feeling Jared Leto's Joker is going to be one of those that you want to see more of. So I would be quite happy for them to set up the Joker as like the all-encompassing supervillain, the one that sort of like transcends the plots and sort of pulls strings from the back, or then comes to the forefront every so often, but just gets away. you know, almost be just like guerrilla warfare against the Justice League. I'd like to see that happen, because the Joker, if you take him down the right road, is certainly evil and conniving enough to be able to pull that one off. So I'm looking forward to that. And the thing is, so I guess that's my hope for the movie. Let's talk about a bit of the trailer. A few key points, a few good points in the trailer. We've set up Amanda Waller, who's going to be a powerful character. Make no mistakes, I have a feeling that Amanda Waller is going to be an incredibly influential character in the DC universe. I think she's going to be playing up against everybody and basically almost being people's worst nightmare. In fact, I have a feeling they might set up Amanda Waller as the all-encompassing villain. Well, she's not even a villain, really. But I think she might be the one that basically hinders the Justice League the most in terms of things going forward. And I don't think that the Joker... I'm interested to see how the Joker and Amanda Waller face off in this movie. That's if they do. But I have a feeling Amanda Waller's going to set the Suicide Squad off to find the Joker, and then the Joker is going to somehow fool that plot. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm also looking forward to Deadshot and Will Smith's portrayal of Deadshot. I think that would be a good portrayal. I've heard a few people say they don't like the mask, but you know what? I'm fine with the mask. Deadshot never had a fancy mask, so I'm quite happy to see this one sort of stay quite plain. I'm not too worried about that. But I've also heard a lot of people saying things like, this isn't funny. I don't think this film's meant to be funny. I have a feeling this film's meant to be more dark than anything. I've heard people criticize Harley Quinn's lines of being, you know, not funny. And no, they're not, but they're certainly, I don't think they're meant to be, in fairness. Like, when I've heard a criticism of Harley Quinn's line, "Are you the devil?" They're like, well, that's not funny. Do you think that's meant to be funny? I think this film's going to be pretty dark based on what we're seeing in the trailer. Now, the scene that I think a lot of people have got concerns about is the Joker's torturing scene. Now, I think a lot of people are assuming that that is the scene where Harley Quinn becomes Harley Quinn. I think a lot of people assume that the Joker is torturing Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn is going to turn into Harley Quinn as a result of torture, as opposed to as opposed to like the whole manipulation of "I love you, Harley" thing, which is what has often been accepted in the comic books. However, I might, if I may, offer a alternative view of that scene. Now, here's the thing, right? I don't think Harley Quinn is Harley Quinzel at that point. I think she's already Harley Quinn. But we know it's Harley Quinn, character that we've seen her as a fly buzzer, fly little fly. We know it's Harley Quinn, but I think she's already become Harley Quinn at this point, and I think Amanda Waller sends out the Suicide Squad to try and reclaim Arkham Asylum from the Joker. Harley Quinn gets captured by the Joker, and I don't think the Joker is sorry for Harley Quinn. It's not the right way to describe it, but I think he knows that. I think he'll know somehow about the head bombs. I have a feeling he will know about that. I don't know how, but I think he will. At some point in the movie, find out about the Suicide Squad's head bombs. And I think he will realize that if a Suicide Squad member comes into contact with him, and say Amanda Waller knows that they're in contact, that she could just blow the head bomb and maybe kill the Joker first. And I think he's going to realize that. And I think he's playing this quite smart. in this scene. I think he's acting like he's going to torture Harley Quinn. Maybe that's part of the plan. Maybe it's like dual purpose. Maybe he's going to torture Harley Quinn as punishment for leaving him and trying to take him down for a start. And secondly, people are talking about the manner of the torture. He's got 2 electrodes there. He's not going to kill you. She's just going to hurt you really, really bad. And he's got 2 electrodes which he's moving closer and closer. Now, maybe the right frequency of electrostatic shock could maybe disable the bomb. Could do. Now, if that's the case, if we're going with that theory that this is the case, that the Joker knows about the head bombs, wants to punish Harley Quinn for coming after him in the first place, and wants to disable the head bomb, maybe even take Harley Quinn back, this whole scene suddenly has a different spin. This could be the Joker reclaiming Harley Quinn for himself rather than actually creating Harley Quinn through a lobotomy, which I don't think is going to happen. I don't know. I don't see how you can take a doctor, give her a lobotomy, and turn her into Harley Quinn. A bit far-fetched even for a movie about superheroes. That said, DC Universe is quite a far-fetched universe. But I think this is more likely. I think it's more an indirect... I think it's 2 birds with 1 stone. So punishing Harley Quinn and disabling the bomb, thereby guaranteeing her loyalty to the Joker. That's what I think this is going to be going forwards. That's my theory. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think about that. I want to hear if you think that's plausible. Because I certainly think that you may just be in with a shout there. I think I might actually potentially be onto something with that. I figured it out. Actually, you know what? I'm just calling it. I figured it out. Oh yeah, that's all me, baby. I am the man. I know everything. Yep, that's me. I figured out why the Joker's torturing Harley Quinn. Even the tired Sean can figure it out. That's gotta be it, right? He can't be creating Harley Quinn at this point, unless she's not dressed like Harley Quinn, which I forgot to see if you could actually see that. Might be worth a watch. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to check that you can see if she's dressed as Harley Quinn or not. Because I might have just completely ruined my... Okay. That's what she looks like as Harley Quinn. That's the one. That's the shot I need. Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry, she's only Harley and Quinn's out at that point. Oh, okay, right, I haven't figured anything out then. Never mind. Look, I don't think that the thing that I am still thinking is it's not a lobotomy that creates Harley Quinn. I think maybe some kind of Stockholm syndrome, maybe, or maybe as the Joker's torturing her, she shows some kind of spirit and character or something, like some toughness, some resilience. Maybe Joker gets a little bit of respect, as far as the Joker can feel respect, if he can feel respect. Maybe the Joker feels a little bit of that and then sort of does the whole I love you manipulation thing. Either way, I don't think he's going to lobotomize Harley Quinzel to become Harley Quinn. Don't see that one coming. But look, I'll tell you what, since you can probably hear this, because look, she's there, and that's when she gets arrested. And she's starting to go a bit crazy here. She's going a bit crazy here. she's already going a bit crazy there. You see, maybe I should just screen share, bingo, entire screen, fantastic. You see, she's already going a bit crazy here. She just is. But that looks pretty. If anything, she looks naked there. Actually, maybe she's been tortured there. I think maybe she's showing some resilience, and maybe there's like some sort of crazy resilience, and maybe some weird torment after the torture. I reckon it's going to be like a Stockholm syndrome type of thing, and she gets infected with the Joker's craziness.
No, they say about the crazy ones.
Huh?
Okay, now that laugh. That is so Emperor Palpatine. It's not really a traditional Joker laugh. I hope that's not the only type of laugh we get from him. I really hope we hear more types of laughing, like the way Mark Hamill described it. Like the laugh should be like a musical instrument. And I hope that's not the only thing we see or hear, I should say.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna hurt you really, really bad. Yeah, I think that scene is. That's how I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say Stockholm syndrome. Maybe at this point, maybe I was wrong about the whole they've been sent to take down the Joker and it's a dual torture thing. I would still consider that as a possibility, but I'm starting to doubt that now that I saw a picture of Harley Quinn basically as Harley Quinzel on that table. Starting to think I might be a bit wrong about that, but that's okay. The whole lobotomy thing doesn't seem right. So I think she's going to get warped by the torture, get Stockholm syndrome, and fall in love with him that way. And then as she's showing some spirit, maybe the Joker actually sort of takes to her, because we do know there is a scene, we've seen the spoiler of it, where Harley Quinzel sticks a gun in the Joker's face. Joker bitch slaps her. I assume that's going to be part of it. Maybe she goes out thinking of revenge but doesn't do it, and then somehow that's where things happen, because we know they're being chased in the car by Batman. Yeah, that's what I think probably going to be. Some sort of Stockholm syndrome, can't pull the trigger because she feels some strange affection for him. That's how I'm seeing that thing going. Either way, it looks intriguing, and I am very much looking forward to seeing this movie. And I really hope that Jared Leto can give us Jared Leto or whatever however they pronounce his name. I really hope he can give us a compelling Joker. And I'm not going to say on par with Heath Ledger. I'm just going to say on par with some of the past Joker performances. And that's including Heath Ledger, but not just Heath Ledger. I'm not just thinking in terms of, I hope he's good compared to Heath Ledger. I'm hoping he's as good as, say, Jack Nicholson or Mark Hamill, who in some ways I prefer as a Joker to Heath Ledger. At the moment, it looks like it's going to be closer to Heath Ledger's Joker. That voice, the way he says it, he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to hurt you really, really bad." It's not that far removed from Heath Ledger's Joker. The way I sort of imagine Heath Ledger's Joker saying it, "Oh, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to hurt you really, really bad." So that's my impression of how Heath Ledger's Joker might sort of do it. So the way Jared Leto's Joker is doing it isn't that far removed from my imagination of how Heath Ledger would be saying it. That's what I'm saying. Which isn't a bad thing. it's just as long as there's enough unique tendencies, as long as he's not basically just out for chaos. If it's basically just a guy who sounds similar, who's out for chaos, but just has a slightly different look, it's not going to work. But I don't think you're going to see that. I have a feeling it's going to be the darkness of Heath Ledger's Joker, maybe a bit more calculated, in with an end sort of goal as to what he wants to achieve, maybe. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe what I'm thinking of here. Probably even maybe actually crack a few jokes. Maybe like a couple of bad jokes. I kind of want to see it happen because he's the Joker. That's what he's meant to do. He's meant to do bad comedy. It's kind of his part of the shtick of the Joker, and it's something that Mark Hamill brought to the Joker very, very well, and I want to see a bit more of that. I mean, the closest that Heath Ledger's Joker came to it as far as Heath Ledger's Joker goes, the closest I think he really came to making jokes was when he was holding Rachel out the window and Batman just goes, "Let her go." And he's just like, really poor choice of words. And he just lets her go. And you know, that's I think the closest. Just like, oh, you said let her go? Okay, bang, off she goes. But yeah, I want to see a bit more of a wisecracking Joker from Jared Leto. I'm not sure if that's what we're going to get, but my God, I really hope it is. And I'll tell you what, this podcast went on a bit longer than I thought it would. Managed to cram a bit of extra talking to my topics. Again, sorry that I couldn't really get this one planned. However, next week's probably going to be worse. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm wondering if, depending on how things go, next week might not be running the show on Sunday. Because if I'm not mistaken, I've got a 3 a.m. start the next day. And even at this time of the day, if I went to sleep right after my podcast, it's only 6 hours sleep. And I know I'm not going to be able to go to sleep right after the podcast. Again, I'll see if we can get Marcus on the show. Unfortunately, Marcus... There's a circumstance with Marcus. He's got more to deal with than being on the podcast at the moment. I'm not going to go into any more details than that. It's nothing like really bad as such. I just don't know. I'm just not out to discuss other people on the show and why they're not here. I was hoping he could be here, but he can't. So yeah, next time maybe he'll be back. I've been receiving messages asking for Marcus to come back, so hopefully we can get him back next week. But next week, depending on how things go, it might have to run the show on Monday afternoon, just so that I can actually sleep in the evening, so I can wake up and do my work in the morning. Then again, that could all just be me fearing the worst, and it probably will run on Sunday. But at the same time, 7 o'clock, hopefully, because this thing worked out quite nicely. But for now, I hope you all enjoyed the show, and thank you for watching. I am the Chun, and you aren't.